Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're going to be having a look at this YUMKEM tablet which can be purchased on Amazon. So we're presented with this nice clean white box with the YUMKEM branding on the back and the front. We'll cut into this plastic cellophane that's on the box, peel that back, flip this bad boy around, pop the lid off. Nicely presented there. We've got the instruction papers sitting on top, and then a little box to the side which has the SIM/SD card eject pin. We also have the 3-pin charging brick, and then we also have a USB-A to USB-C adapter, and then the USB-C charging cable. Then we have the tablet sitting on top, so I'll just pull that out. It's in this kind of soft touch plastic, and if you just lift the rest of these bits out, we have the case as well. Put all of this stuff back, get that out of the way, and then we'll have a look at the tablet. Initial impressions, it's nice, it's got a good weight to it. We'll boot it up. So if we jump into the design and build, we've got a 10.3 screen on the front. To the right hand side we have the power button which has these little ridges on them, and then the volume buttons. Around the bottom we have the speaker. Left side there's nothing. Top side we have the speaker, USB-C port, SIM/SD card slot. Over here a headphone jack and a microphone. And then on the back we can see a 13 megapixel camera with the flashlight. Around the front it's 8 megapixel camera, and then this metal body design fits in my hand good, not too thick. I have seen thinner, but overall first impressions are really nice. And then if we just have a quick look at the sensors on this device, you can see them here, a bunch of different ones. Jumping into the display, like I said, we're working with 10.3 inches. This is IPS in-cell technology and it's 2K resolution. So we can just check out a bit more information here. PPI is 160, which isn't the best obviously, but not too bad at this price point. And then just having a look at your settings under display, we just have kind of the generic type of things. Your color choosing, font size, display size, you know, bits and bobs like that. Lift to wake, we'll turn that on, so the tablet dims quite low, not the brightest but still suffices. And I've stuck a magnifying glass in front of this just to see if we can see any pixels, which I couldn't. We'll run Screen Test Pro just to check out colors and stuff. So if we jump straight into that, get an idea of what the colors look like. And then here's some text just to see how sharp the display is. And as it got smaller, I didn't see any problem, but like I said, it's not the highest PPI, so there's obviously a lot sharper. We check out the DRM info, level 3, which again, not surprised at this price point. And then we'll just play some footage here. So this is one of my YouTube videos. We just jumped into more connections, and I have to say, so far the bezels around the sides aren't too bad. Obviously the ones on the smaller edges are a bit thicker, but still the ones on the longer edges are slim, so that's nice to see. For 10.3 inches it's a good form factor, but footage looks good as far as I can see. Playing here on YouTube, we'll just jump into Disney Plus, play some Coco. So for media consumption, absolutely fine. Like I said, it's wideband L3, so it's not going to be the highest playback quality wise, but you can see here I'm playing Avatar 2 Way of the Water, and for me absolutely fine. Viewing angles were not too bad at all. So we're working with a MediaTek Helio P22, which is your run-of-the-mill chip, and then we've got 6 GB of RAM and then 9 GB of RAM expand, which is obviously virtual RAM, allows more apps to be running in the background. Jumping into benchmarks, we can see just a bit of information on the CPU here, and then benchmark scores here 166, which isn't the best, obviously it's quite on the low side, but like I said, it's a run-of-the-mill chip. And then on PC Mark, we can see work and storage scores 4023 there. And then just browse around, you might get a second or two, you might get a little bit of frame rate drop in, a little bit of lagging here and there when you're jumping in and out of apps, but for an entry-level chip it's to be expected. And here's an example of split screen on the tablet, which, like I said, I wouldn't say is clunky, but there's, you know, a little bit of delay sometimes here and there, but still manageable. You can get through your tasks or activities or whatever you're doing on the tablet fine. I didn't have any apps crashing. So if we just check out gaming, we can see Call of Duty Mobile low is the highest for graphic quality, and then 60 frames obviously for the frame rate. But on those settings, the game ran absolutely fine. I didn't notice any major frame rates dropping, and even playing Asphalt 9 and a bunch of other games, they played absolutely fine. Obviously you're restricted on certain elements like graphic quality, but still absolutely usable and can still have a good time playing games on here. Tablet's got 2 speakers, and we'll just play some examples. Nice uniform bezels. So let's just go straight into the display of this. So this is a 11.5 inches display, 120 Hz, it's 2K resolution.
Kid, that's the wizard, get on it.
So for cameras, like I mentioned earlier, we have just your simple, straightforward 13 megapixel rear facing, 8 megapixel on the front, and then nothing fancy here. You've got HDR option there, flashlight option on and off, and then just literally photo and video. But you can check out some examples that I've done here of various footage that I used. Connectivity wise, this tablet does have the ability to use a SIM card, and it's 4G, and then a bunch of different things like Bluetooth 5.0, so not top end but still reasonable. And I'll put my SIM card in there, we'll just head into network and works absolutely fine. We can see that here SIM card slot 1 being used, even though there's only one slot. The other slot would be for the micro SD card, and here's an example of a phone call, but I'll be testing the call quality in the next chapter. So I've turned Wi-Fi off there just to see how things run with the SIM card internet, and we also have a bunch of options there with Wi-Fi hotspot and etc, so we can see it's working absolutely fine over LTE or mobile internet. If I just jumped into the network, we can just get an idea of what options we have there. So mobile data being used, we can use it for roaming. You have Wi-Fi calling, so nice little features there just to kind of have a better experience with calling, but we'll check out the quality here. I check to see what the call quality is using the SIM card in the tablet. I check 1, 2, 3, 4. So for battery, this tablet's working with a 6000 mAh battery with a 10-watt charger we get with the box, and in my use it took 3.5 hours for the battery to charge from 0 to 100, and it has been fairly good. We can see here my total time that I've used with the screen on. I've been using it obviously to play games, do my testing, benchmarking, so kind of processor heavy tasks, and the battery's been alright. So I think you probably get, with heavy use, maybe a day's worth out of this, and with lighter use you could push that to maybe 2-3 days, obviously depending on various factors. So to conclude, at this price point I have to say you get what you pay for. The processor's a bit lacking but still gets the job done if you're not looking to play high-end graphic games that are going to be heavy on the processor. Cameras, we can see from the examples, they're just run-of-the-mill. They're just, there's nothing amazing about them. Very limited functionality, just literally photos and video, 1080p, 30 frames per second. The build and design of this tablet was good. I have to say it's nice, feels premium enough with the metal design. The buttons feel solid, nice and clicky. Battery life again was decent enough, 6000 milliamp, gets you through the day with maybe light heavy use and longer if you were to use the tablet lightly. But for me, I have to say, for the price, it's not a bad tablet. Obviously there's a lot better out there, and the competition around this price point is quite high. There's thousands of tablets, but it just comes down to whether you pick a certain brand or if you just want something straightforward. But for me, I would say the tablet's not bad. You get what you kind of pay for. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, please hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.